Ever thought that skipping meals could actually be your golden ticket to weight loss? That's right, we're diving into the world of intermittent fasting, or IF, as it's lovingly known by its fans. Now, you might be thinking, wait a minute, skipping meals sounds like a one-way ticket to Hangryville, not exactly my idea of a good time, but bear with me. Intermittent fasting has been surfing the wellness wave for a while now, with celebrities and influencers alike swearing by its weight loss wonders. But what's the truth behind this trend? Is it all just smoke and mirrors? Or could there really be something to this whole fasting fiasco? Let's take a step back and look at the basics. IF revolves around the idea of cycling between periods of eating and fasting, that's it. No fancy shakes, no magic pills, just good old-fashioned not eating. But how does not eating lead to weight loss? I mean, we've all skipped breakfast once or twice and didn't exactly notice the pounds melting away. Well, the answer lies in the science of our bodies. You see, our bodies are like finely tuned machines, designed to adapt and survive in all sorts of conditions, including not having food available 24/7. When we eat, our bodies break down the food into glucose, which is used for energy. If there's any glucose left over, it gets stored as glycogen in our liver and muscles. When we fast, our bodies turn to these glycogen stores for energy. Once the glycogen is gone, our bodies start to burn stored fat for fuel. This is where the magic happens. This is where weight loss happens. It all sounds pretty straightforward, right? But here's the catch. The transition from burning glucose to burning fat doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. And that's where IF comes in. By extending the time between meals, IF allows your body to make this transition and start burning stored fat. So, let's dive into the science behind intermittent fasting and see how it helps shed those stubborn pounds. Let's start with the basics. Our bodies typically use glucose from carbs as a fuel source. You eat a slice of bread, your body breaks it down into glucose, and voila, instant energy. But what happens when we skip a meal or two, or three? Well, the body isn't one to give up easily. It starts a fascinating process of metabolic shift. Imagine this, your body like a hybrid car that usually runs on petrol, which is the glucose from your food. But when the petrol runs out, it doesn't just stop dead. Instead, it switches over to its electric reserves. In our bodies, these reserves are stored glycogen, or sugar, in the liver. So, during the initial hours of fasting, your body starts burning this stored glycogen. It's like your body's saying, no food, no problem, I've got this. But here's where it gets even more interesting. After about 12 hours, when most of the glycogen reserves are depleted, the body goes into eco mode. It starts burning fat for fuel. This metabolic state is known as ketosis. And guess what? Fat burning equals weight loss. Now, to reach ketosis, you need to fast for a longer period. We're talking about 16 to 24 hours or more. But don't worry, you won't turn into a hangry, famished creature. Your body adapts to this new fuel source, and many people report increased energy and mental clarity during this state. And if you're wondering, but isn't fat essential for our bodies? You're absolutely right. But remember, there's a difference between essential dietary fat that our bodies need and stored fat that our bodies hoard. So, by fasting, we essentially force our bodies to tap into stored fat reserves for energy, leading to weight loss. It's like your body's spring cleaning, burning off the old stored fat, and all you have to do is, well, pretty much nothing, or rather, eat nothing. For a while at least. If you're finding this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room: calories. You see, when it comes to weight loss, calories are a bit like the keys to the kingdom. And with intermittent fasting, there's an inherent restriction on the number of calories you take in daily, simply because your eating window is limited. Let's break it down. Imagine your usual day of eating stretches from the moment you wake up to the moment you hit the hay. That's a lot of opportunities to snack, have meals, and yes, take in calories. But if we shrink this window, say to an 8-hour period, suddenly there's less time to consume those calories. Now don't get us wrong, this isn't about starving yourself, and it's definitely not about depriving your body of the nutrients it needs. It's about being more mindful and intentional about when you eat and what you eat. On to the science bit. Every time we eat, we consume more than just the taste of our food. We're taking in energy, measured in calories. The energy we don't use right away gets stored away for later use. You can think of your body like a bit of a squirrel, stashing away acorns for the winter. Only in our case, the acorns are calories, and the winter, well, let's just say it's any time we don't eat. When we eat less than we burn, we create a calorie deficit. Our bodies, being the clever things they are, start to use those stored acorns, or calories, leading to weight loss. It's like having a rainy day fund that you finally get to spend. There's also some interesting research happening around intermittent fasting and its impact on hormones like leptin and ghrelin, the ones that control our hunger and fullness signals. Some studies suggest that fasting might help to regulate these hormones, making us feel less hungry and more satisfied with less food. But remember, science is always evolving, and more research is needed in this area. So, less eating time can mean fewer calories in and more calories out, a simple formula for weight loss. Intermittent fasting is not a one-size-fits-all approach. It's like shopping for jeans. You've got to find the right fit for you, and there's plenty of styles to choose from. Let's take a look at a few. First off, we've got the 16-8 method, which is kind of like the blue jeans of intermittent fasting. It's popular and versatile. You fast for 16 hours and eat during an 8-hour window. It's perfect for those night owls who love a late dinner, but can skip breakfast without breaking a sweat. Next, we have the 5-2 method. This is the ripped jeans of the fasting world. It's a little edgier, a bit more daring. You eat normally for 5 days of the week and then restrict your calories for 2 days. It's a great option if you like routine during the week, but don't mind shaking things up on the weekend. Now, if you're the bold and adventurous type, you might consider the Eat Stop Eat method. This is the leather pants of intermittent fasting. It's not for everyone, but it can be a game changer for some. You do a full 24-hour fast once or twice a week. It requires a bit more planning, but hey, some people love a challenge. The key here is to find the method that fits your lifestyle and preferences. Are you a breakfast skipper or a late-night snacker? Do you prefer routine or do you thrive on variety? These are all things to consider when choosing your intermittent fasting method. Remember, just like those jeans in your closet, one style won't fit all. Some people might rock the skinny jeans while others are all about that bootcut life. It's the same with fasting. It's about finding what works for you and sticking with it. And just like trying on jeans, don't be afraid to try a few different methods before you find the perfect fit. It might take a little time and patience, but the results can be well worth it. Remember, the best diet is the one you can stick to. So, find your fit, embrace it, and let intermittent fasting work its magic. But weight loss isn't the only card IF has up its sleeve. There's an exciting body of emerging research that suggests intermittent fasting could have a positive impact on a host of other health markers too. For instance, some studies hint at improved blood sugar control, which could be a game changer for individuals grappling with type 2 diabetes. Then, there's the potential for reduced inflammation. Chronic inflammation is often the villain behind many health conditions, from arthritis to heart disease. So if can help keep inflammation in check, it's a win-win situation. And let's not forget about the enhanced cellular repair processes like autophagy. In simple terms, autophagy is your body's way of cleaning out damaged cells to regenerate newer, healthier ones. However, it's crucial to remember that these are potential benefits. More research is needed to fully understand the broader health implications of intermittent fasting, so while more research is needed, the potential health benefits of IF seem promising. So, to fast or not to fast? That's the question we've been exploring. We've looked at how intermittent fasting promotes weight loss through restricting calorie intake and potentially influencing hormones. We've uncovered that the body switches from using glucose for energy to burning stored sugars and eventually fat during the fasting window. It's a fascinating shift, isn't it? We've also touched on the different methods of intermittent fasting, from the popular 16-8 method to alternate day fasting and even full 24-hour fasts. There's a method to suit every lifestyle, but remember, it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. Now, it's essential to remember to stay hydrated during your fasting windows. Water, unsweetened tea, black coffee. These are your best friends during this time. And if you have any pre-existing health conditions, please consult your doctor before diving into the fasting pool. Ultimately, the choice is yours. But remember, knowledge is power, so keep exploring and experimenting with what works for you. And while you're here, if you found this video helpful and would like to dive deeper into topics like these, please do us a favor and click that like button below. It helps us reach more people who may benefit from this information. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insightful videos like this one. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you in the next video.